Okay, I'm here at job 24048 Safeway, store number 1477 Ballard. So this is going to be asphalt, concrete, striping, signs, wheel stops. No optional pricing, no traffic control, no permits. Ingress, egress, there's one, two, three entries into the parking lot. There's also a parking garage underneath, and there's a detail for the parking garage, and there's two entries to the parking garage, which I'll show you towards the end. So and the gist of it is that they are doing striping and signage in the parking garage, changing the ADAs a little bit. They're doing striping around the fuel store. There's the fuel canopy, and people go into the store there. So they're doing some striping there and there. Then these highlighted areas, they are doing some concrete and some asphalt work and some striping and some wheel stops and some signs. So these drawings will be in Doc Manager, but the first one is the demolition site plan. So we have to remove striping, and we have to remove striping outside in the asphalt and inside on the concrete. Now it doesn't say how, so I would like to just lightly grind it and get rid of it in the asphalt and in the concrete. So when you go to SP1, the only thing I really want to bring up is all the wheel stops are right in here. And we don't have to add any wheel stops. We just have to move and reinstall. So there's signage in there. And then when you go to SD1, we have exact dimensions, if you will, and more details. So this, for instance, will be by the fuel store, and all we have to do is get rid of the existing striping and add new striping. And I'm going to do an audio with all the quantities. And then this is the parking stall garage, and all we have to do is get rid of some striping in here and then restripe and relocate those wheel stops a little bit. And then there's two signs. And then in the main areas, this is an existing concrete walkway that stays. This is striping only. And here we have to remove this asphalt, we have to pour concrete, and then we have to put asphalt around the border to get our 2% in both directions. This is just striping, change, and wheel stops and signs. I'm going to throw out some of the wheel stops in this area. There's 4 of them, and just get rid 3 of them and just get rid of them, and then just install all new matching wheel stops. Like I said, I would do quantities at the end. And then the last section, which comes out of the north side of the store, this is removing of asphalt, doing a concrete walk to match this concrete walk, which is further south in the drive lane. And then this is just all striping. This is striping. You don't have a wheel stop there, and there's one sign. So going back to this drawing, which is SP1, this is where we do the concrete with striping. Here's where we remove the asphalt, do concrete with asphalt around it. That is just striping, that is just striping, that's all striping, and that is mostly striping in the garage. So right now I'm assuming this work is going to have to be done at night. This is busy 15th Avenue Northwest, and that's Southwest Market Street. Both super busy streets, lots of traffic, lots of cars coming in and out. So this is the fuel island here, you can see. And so we have to get rid of this existing striping, reconfigure it, do some crosswalk bars that are longer and narrower, and then do striping into the store so that they have a path of travel out there. And it says on the drawing that that has to be 2% or less, 5 feet in either direction, which it is. I put the level on it. It's super flat. It's like 0.4 or something. Okay, so this is the south entrance. That existing concrete walkway stays. Those crosswalk bars get restriped. This is where we remove the asphalt in this area, and the cross slope isn't bad, but it's the run slope. And Joe and I were out here, so I'll give you the dimensions here in a minute. But so that we're going to remove, so we don't have to remove any of that striping because it's the asphalt's coming out. These old 3 wheel stops, I want to get rid of them, and these 4 crappy signs, I want to get rid of those. This handicap, this is getting reconfigured in this area, but it's striping only, and 2 new signs, and then 2 new signs. So this area in here, if you look at the detail, if you look at the detail, we're going to go from the concrete curb, and we're going to go 24 feet out and 19 feet deep, and we're going to pour concrete. Now, when we X out the asphalt, then we have to go down another 15 inches, and whatever's there needs to come out, and then we put back in 12 inches of rock and 6 inches of concrete. So Joe figured that the 24 feet is going to put us right about here, and Joe figured that this would then be about 4 inches above the ground. So we're gonna check that. We'd have to, yeah, it's going to be about 4 inches above the ground. So we're going to go out to here and remove this asphalt, and then do a 4-foot strip all the way up to the curb, and then we can match the edge of the concrete, slope this down. So this asphalt, when it goes back in, is going to be an average of 5 inches, and this asphalt is going to be an average, check that, an average of 6 and an average of 5. That'll give us plenty of material to work with. So we'll take out 3, we'll put back 5, and I will give you those dimensions here at the end. Okay, then on this north entrance, they want us to pour a concrete path of travel coming out of the store to match on the other side. So you're going to go to right about there, 32 feet straight across. So we have to take out 32 feet by 6 feet of asphalt, take out another 15 inches of material. So we're 18 inches down, put back in 12 inches of rock, 6 inches of concrete. Oh, check that. And the concrete has rebar 18 inches on center, going both directions. Then from here, this is really nice. This is striping only, and we have to reconfigure these 2 stalls, and they have 1 handicap and a sign and some crosshatch. And these don't meet ADA, but it doesn't say anything as far as slope, but it doesn't say anything on the plans. So that's the gist of that. Now I'll show you the parking garage, and I'll give you the dimensions on the end. Okay, I'm in the southwest corner of the parking garage. As you recall, this handicap area is in the southwest corner. We've got a bigger drawing for this area. So note, you got 2 signs over there. So we got to remove those surface mounts, throw them away. Let's just put in new signs, and at the standard height surface mounts, 60 inches, right? And we're not doing any striping. Over here, they are reconfiguring this area, and so we're going to have crosswalk bars, 2 handicaps, crosswalk bars, a handicap. And so the spacing's different, and then 3 new signs, and these 3 wheel stops are going to have to get moved. And all we got to do is follow the dimensions on the drawings. But I know from being down here and wheeling this off, this all changes. So when I give you the audio, I'll tell you how many crosswalk bars, you know, we need to grind this to remove. We need to grind that crosshatching. We need to grind this handicap. And we need to dispose of that sign and that Safeway employee sign. And then we need to install 3 new ones. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's the gist of it. This is, you know, getting rid of some striping, relocating 3 of these wheel stops, so we're not adding any, and they're not broken, so we ought to be able to pick them up, drill into the concrete, put rebar back in, and then the new signs. Okay, so that's that. So for these signs that are in here, I want them concrete footings mounted on posts 60 inches, and you know, just set them in just right between the wheel stop and the sidewalk edge. And the store hours on this store is 5 a.m. to 1 a.m. So just plan this at night, and we'll start at like 10 at night. And that's the way it'll have to be, because I don't think we want to juggle this with all these cars in here. Well, I was here twice today and it's super busy. So I'm going to stop this video, and then we're going to do an audio with the quantities, and that's it. Thanks.